Uh, Recently, one of the news in Singapore reported about a case. In October, I quote, in October, a Jewish man wearing a skull cap on his way to the synagogue at Waterloo Street heard a passing motorist shout, "Free Palestine," at him. So this incident was used by the Minister of Law and Home Affairs to prove that there is rising anti-Semitism in Singapore. Okay, the problem of this label called anti-Semitism. Okay, let us deal with this. To me, we have to stop using this term. Firstly, it is linguistically incorrect. Okay, linguistically incorrect. I think many people have actually spoken about this. The term Semite originates from the word Sham or Sam. Okay, he is one of the sons of Prophet Noah. Unless you do not know that the Arabs, okay, are Semite too. Okay, the Arabs are Semite, not only the Israelites. So using the word anti-Semitism to refer only to hatred for Jews is therefore linguistically false. Okay, and the label has been monopolized to apply exclusively to Jews, ignoring Arabs who are equally Semitic. So this selective usage is a distortion of language and history. I believe that this term anti-Semitic is itself anti-Semitic. The word anti-Semitic is anti-Semitic. Why? Because you're being anti-Semitic to the Arabs. So that you use this term anti-Semitic so that people do not become racist to the Semites, right? But using this term anti-Semitic, people ended up being anti-Semitic, which is being anti-Arabs, anti-Palestinians, anti-Gazans, exactly what is happening today. So there is a racist implication in this term. Restricting Semite to Jews alone erases the Semitic identity of Arabs and others, right? Because today, when you Google the term anti-Semitic, it exclusively pointing to the Jews, even though linguistically it is false. So if you were to ask me what is anti-Semitism that is actually going on in Singapore, to me, having a problem with the slogan "Free Palestine" itself is anti-Semitic, right? And after all, a free Palestine is good for the Arabs and also for the Jews, for the Israelites. That is why I believe that Jewish men should just join in and say "Free Palestine," right? No issue. Why is that being used as an example of anti-Semitism? That is actually being pro-Semite, right? You are being pro-Palestine. Doesn't mean you are being anti-Jew. What is another example of anti-Semitism in Singapore? Is refusal or postponing, delaying to recognize Palestine as a legitimate state. That is anti-Semitism. Why, when it comes to Palestinians or Arabs or Muslims, we do not use this term anti-Semitism? If you are anti-Muhammad, for example, you are anti-Semite. If you are anti-Arab, you are anti-Semite. Another example of anti-Semitism that is going on in Singapore is the refusal to condemn Israeli war crimes behind the mask of, this is a complex matter. This is a complex matter. To us, there is a form of anti-Semitism because it glosses over the suffering of the Palestinians who are Semites. Another example of anti-Semitism in Singapore is supplying F-35 parts to Israel while providing humanitarian aid to them. How does that make sense to you morally and also legally, right? To me, there is a form of anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism meaning being anti-Palestinians. What? Are the Palestinians fools? Are they just a pawn in this political drama? One hand, you supply parts of F-35s. The other hand, you give humanitarian aid. Help us understand this. I, as a Singaporean citizen, I would like to understand. I would like to know what is the logic behind this? What is the political philosophy behind this? I hope the government will actually come forward to explain their position. As a citizen, we have the right to understand the policies of our government.